Alright, eligibility information. A. Eligible applicants. Lead entities funded with the American Building and Apprenticeship Building America Grant Program and announced the VB funding opportunity ETA 2020-06 are not eligible to apply for the American Building America Round 2 funding. Following organizations are eligible to apply under each grant category. Category 1, ensuring equitable with the Registered Apprenticeship Pathway Partnership through Pre-Apprenticeship Leading Registered Apprenticeship Enrollment. City, Municipality, Workforce Development System, and either the organization involved with administrating the Workforce Development System establishing Workforce Initiative Opportunity Act, Title 29 U.S. Standard Code 3151, which are limited to state workforce development board, local workforce development boards, industry, tribal organization, national Hawaiian organization defined Workforce Initiative Opportunity Act, Section 166B, Title 29 U.S. Standard Code 3221B. Institution of higher education, community college, MSIs, included but not limited to HBCUs, HSIs, TCUs, AANAPISIs, industry group and association, state education agency, local education agencies, labor union, job management, partnership with workforce, apprenticeship with intermediate organizational function, business, with identity workforce intermediary, the express purpose of serving the needs of the business and individual business and consort of businesses. Communities-based organization representing the community, significant segments of the community that provide education and career with the technical education, rehabilitation, job training, internship, services program that include neighborhood group, the organization, community agency, action agency, community development corporations, and consorted organization that is led by an eligible entity with the principal function consisting of the capabilities associated with either one or more above listed organization. A consortium is a group made up of two or more organization companies with the governments that work together to achieve the common objective required. Required partners. Applicants are required to identify the required partners, and their abstract should include at a minimum all the following: a minimum of 2 employers sponsors, 2 intermediate sponsors, an industry trade association representing at least 2 employers. For the program's local, statewide, geographical scope of the apprenticeship of the state, federal, recognized state apprenticeship agency, the scope of the area contemplated with the proposed scope. Minimum 1, equity-focused minority service institution, minority servicing institution, organization, association, minority servicing institution, or institution of higher education, serve minority population included but not limited to HBCUs, HSI, TCUs, ANAPIS, SSI, optional partners. Workforce intermediaries such as Workforce Development Board, Labor Union, Labor Management Organization, community-based organization, private non-profit service providers, other organizational support, outreach, act training, agencies of the industry-led training organization, industry intermediaries, non-profit educational organizations, small business development centers, American job centers, a community organization that provides support of the wraparound supportive services, state apprenticeship agencies, if not a required partner in Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act program, include Job Corps and Youth Build program, foundation, philanthropic organizations, and other federally funded programs. As appropriate, the department encourages applicants to partner with the labor organization, labor unions, joint labor management partnerships, Category 2, creation of the education system in line with the pre-apprenticeship programs and registered programs, city, municipality, workforce development system entities, organizations in administrative workforce development systems established in Workforce Innovation Act of Title 1929, U.S. Standard Code 31, which are limited to the State Workforce Development Board, local workforce development boards, Indian Tribal Organization, National Native Hawaiian Organization Divide, and Workforce Initiative Act, Section 166. B, Title 29 U.S. Standard Code 3221B. Institution of higher education, Perkins eligible agency entities and recipient state education agencies, local education agencies, industry groups and associations, labor unions, joint labor management partnership, workforce apprenticeship and intermediaries, organizational function as business-related entities, workforce intermediaries express purpose of serving the needs of the business, the individual business, consort the businesses, community-based organization that represent the community and significant segments of the community and provide education for the career, technical education, rehabilitation, job training, internship services and program that include with the neighborhood group, the organization, community action agencies, consort with the development and corporations, consortia, A consortium, an organization that leave the eligible individual whose principal function consisting of the capabilities associated with one or more of the above listed organization. Consortium is a group made up of the two or more organizations, companies, and governments that work together to achieve the common objective. Our required partner, and the applicant is required to identify the required partner in their extract, which is included a minimum of all the following: a minimum of the one registered apprenticeship program sponsor or an industry trade association, a minimum of the one education training provider institution, higher education, career technical educator programs, a community and technical colleges at K-12 or state state education agency, local education agency. For the project, local, statewide, geographical scope, state apprenticeship agency for the state and federal recognized state apprenticeship agency. Optional partners may include, but are not limited to, relevant organization of the following list: Workforce Intermediaries, Workforce Development Board, Labor Union, Labor Management Organization, Community-Based Organization, Private Nonprofit Sector Providers, other organizations support outreach training activities of the industry-led training organization, industry intermediaries, nonprofit educational organization, small business development centers, American Job Centers, community organization provide support and wraparound supportive services, state agency, state apprenticeship agency, if not already required partner, Workforce Initiative Opportunity Act programs, including Job Corps and Youth Build Program, Foundation for Lions of Philanthropic Organization, and other federally funded programs. As appropriate, the Department encourages applicants to partner with labor organization, labor unions, and joint labor management partnership. Category 3, registered apprenticeship hub. The applicant's funding under the Secretary can demonstrate the regional stakeholder expertise in the industry sector, expertise depending upon the applicant's state hub focus area. The description of each hub type are detailed in section 1A. Local, regional, state focus registered apprenticeship hub. Cities, municipalities, workforce development system, and the organization involved in the ministry of the workforce development system, established workforce and innovation Opportunity Act, Title 29 U.S. Stand Code 3151, which are limited to State Workforce Development Board, local workforce development boards, Indian Tribe, Tribal Organizational, National Hawaiian Organizations, as defined Workforce Initiative Opportunity Act 166B, Title 29 U.S. Stand Code 3221B, Institutes of Higher Education, Industry Group and Association, Labor Union, Joint Labor Management Partnership, Workforce Apprenticeship, and Intermediary Organizational Function as business-related entities, Workforce Intermediary Express purpose of serving the needs of the business, the individual business, the consort of the business, community-based organizational representative of the community-based, significant segments for the community which provide the education, career, the technical education, rehabilitation, job training, internship, service of the program, include the neighborhood group, the organization, community agency, community action agency, the community development corporations, consortium organization led by an eligible and new principal function is consistent with the capabilities associated with either one or more of the above listed organization. A consortium is a group made of the two or more organization companies with a group that will work together to achieve the common objective. Your national industry and sector-led hubs, industry group and association, labor union, joint labor management partnership. Consortium organization is led by the eligible entity with a principal function consistent with the capabilities associated with either one or more of the above listed organizations. A consortium is a group made of two or more organization companies with the governments that work together to achieve the common objective. Required partner. All applicants are required to identify the required partners in the abstract should include a minimum of all of the following: an employer sponsor, joint, non-joint employer groups with at least two employers, a minimum of one equity-focused CBO, minority service, community-based organization, minority serving institution, associate, MIS institution, higher education, serving minority population, including but not limited to HBCUs, HSIs, TCUs, ANAPIS, SSIs. For projects, the local, statewide, geographical scope, state apprenticeship agency for the state, federal, recognized state apprenticeship agency. Optional partners may include but are not limited to relevant organization from the following list: Workforce Intermediaries, Workforce Development Board, Labor Union, Labor Management Organization, Community-Based Organization, private and nonprofit service providers, other organizations support outreach training activities of the industry-led training organization, industrial intermediaries, nonprofit educational organizations, small business development centers, American Job Centers, community organization provide support, wraparound support services, state apprenticeship agency that is not already required partner, Workforce and Innovation Opportunity Act programs include Job Corps, Youth Build programs, foundation, philanthropic organizations, and other federal funded programs. As appropriate, the department encourages applicants to partner with federal labor organizations, labor unions, joint labor management partnerships, to funding opportunity announcements, specific eligibility requirements. Alright, cost sharing and matching. The program does not recover the cost sharing or matching funds. This includes such funding as not one of the applicant's screening criteria for the applicant and include any form of the cost sharing or the matching will not receive additional consideration during the review process. Instead of the agency uses any resource contributed to the project beyond the funds provided by agency as leveraged resources. Section 4B2 that provides more information on leveraged resources. See other information, application screening criteria. You should view the checklist below the view of the guide prepared with the application package and ensure the application has met all the screening criteria. Note that the checklist is only an aid for applicants who should not be included for the applicant package and the applicant's package. We urge you to use this checklist to ensure that your application contains all your required items. If your application does not meet all the screening criteria, you will not move you forward through the merit review process. Our application requirement, deadline submission requirements are met. Section 4C, eligibility, Section 3A, components of application are saved in any of the specified formats are not corrupt. We will attempt to open the documents, but will take additional measures in the event the problems will open. Section 4C2. Applicant's federal fund requires at least $1 million does not exceed the ceiling amounts depending upon the applicant's category from ensuring equitable the registered apprenticeship pathways, partnership through pre-apprenticeship, leading the registered apprenticeship enrollment of the $4 million. Creation of education system aligned with the pre-apprenticeship program, registered apprenticeship with the $4 million. Registered apprenticeship hubs up to $6 million for local, regional, statewide, geographical scope, up to $8 million national geographical scope. Section 2A. Applicant identified in one category for the grant project, while applicants may apply for more than one grant category. Separate application is required for each. Section 3C2. SAM's registration, Section 4B1, says for Uniform 424, applicant federal assistant. SAM Form 424 includes a unique identifier. Setting Form 424, budget information form, budget narrative, project narrative, state apprenticeship agency letter, if applicable. Section 4B4. Alright, number of applicants and applicants may submit. The applicant may apply with more than one category, but must provide a separate application for each. Applicant must identify one of the category from the project on their abstract application. Include multiple grant categories for the same application package will be defined with the non-responsive will not receive further consideration. If we receive multiple applications from the same organization for the same grant category, we will consider only the most recently received application for the meet the deadline and funding opportunity announcement. And most recent application disqualified for any reason, we do not replace it with an earlier application. Eligible participant. A participant is eligible to receive training. Intent of the funding opportunity announcement is to fund Apprenticeship Building America Round 2 grantees that will promote the acceleration of the National Registered Apprenticeship System through rapid growth of the number of the apprenticeship and development of the registered apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship programs that lead to enrollment of the registered apprenticeship, then increase and improve the industry engagement, diversity, equity, access, and innovation. 1. Applicants applying under the grant category 1 ensure equitable the registered apprenticeship pathway partnership through pre-apprenticeship leading the registered apprenticeship enrollment. The category 2, creating an education system aligned with the pre-apprenticeship program, the registered apprenticeship program. For purpose of this program, an eligible participant and the person 16 years of age older who receive the direct grant fund services to encourage active apprentices to stay in their program and increase the retention grant funds that may be used to registered apprentices already enrolled in the registered apprenticeship to provide these funds to support the new apprenticeship and new opportunities retention registered apprenticeship the apprenticeship relief for the registered apprenticeship program. The department is particularly interested in the following groups. 1. Unrepresented population established in Title 29 CFR Part 30 with the term may include with the woman and people who cover the person with a disability. Title 29 CFR 37 the utilization goal of the individuals with a disability. Where the population participating in the registered apprenticeship program is less than would be reasonably expected given the availability of such individuals for the apprenticeship to the relevant industry occupation recruitment area. Unserved community with the veterans, just involved with individuals, youth with the residents of the rural community within the purpose of relation of the youth. The applicant may serve with a wide range of individuals such as high school with opportunity, youth with the justice, involved youth, unrepresented population, people of color, women, persons with a disability, other youth with barriers in employment of fund include foster youth, parenting youth, and housing insecure youth. Unemployed workers. Unemployed workers is an individual who is without a job and seeking employment that is available to work. Underemployed worker will determine for the individual are not currently connected with a full-time job compensated by the individual level of the education skill and the wage and salaries earned previously on the who's obtained one episodical, short-term, or part-time employment. The registered apprenticeship must include the components that will assist those who do not have particular educational prerequisites and or experience. Incompetent workers are the purpose of funding opportunity announcement. Incompetent workers are individuals already employed with the registered apprenticeship program sponsored before the program enrollment but need additional training to upgrade the skill of advance in their career to retain the current position in registered apprenticeship occupations in the industry. The qualified for the incompetent worker with the individual must have established the documented employer history within an employer for 6 months or more. Alright, 2. Applications applying to the undergraduate grant category 3 registered apprenticeship. For the purpose of this program, apprenticeship jobs will support the stakeholder engagement and eligible participants serve than those representing the national registered apprenticeship system, including the employer, industry association, labor unions, registered apprenticeship intermediaries, or first educational entities, other key stakeholders necessary to expand the registered apprenticeship pre-apprenticeship programs leading to the enrollment of registered apprenticeship during the grant period of performance. The individual pre-apprenticeship, the registered apprenticeship is not eligible to be served under the grant category. Funds cannot be used to provide service directly to pre-apprenticeship, not eligible to serve the grant category. Funds cannot be used to provide services directly to pre-apprenticeship registered apprentices. Our veterans priority for participants. Title 38 U.S. Standard Code 4215 requires grantees to provide priority services to the veterans and spouses for the certain veterans or recipient employment, the training and placement services, any of the job training program directly funded within whole and in part with the Department of Labor regulation implementing priority to serve the Title 20 CFR Part 1010 in circumstances where the grant recipient must choose between 2 qualified candidates for service, one whom is veteran or eligible spouse of the veteran prior to service. The provisions require that the grantor recipient serve the give the veteran eligible spouse priority of service by first providing him or her that service to obtain priority service. The veteran spouse must meet the program's eligibility requirements. Grant must comply with the Department of Labor guidance for the Veteran Priority ETA Training Employment Guidance Letter number 1009, November 10, 2009. Provide guidance and employment priority services for the veterans and eligible spouses. All qualified job training programs found in the whole or in part of the Department of Labor, the TEGEL number Training Employment Guidance Letter number 1009, available to the Department of Labor agencies, ETA Advisory Training and Employment Guidance Letter number 1009. 4. Application and submission information.